right. I'm going to get started in a few. All right. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, B'Katham to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'ashem Yahushua to the sisters. We're the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohanan. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group nor any other Christian organization. All right. This is the Isupk Lashawan Qadash class. All right. The Isupk Lashawan Qadash class. All right, today we're going to focus on basic sentence structure. All right, it's very important. All right, we're going to go over the alphabet. All right, but we're going to work on basic sentence structuring. All right, but it's not now. Okay, last week's class was a trial to see what you guys know. All right, and you guys seen on the board how advanced it can kind of get, but it's not as hard as you think. All right. The Lashawan Qadash class, it can be very informational, learning the Hebrew and learning any new language. All right, it can be very informational. It's going to take time. All right, you know, some brothers may catch on quicker than others. Some sisters may catch on quicker than others. All right, that's how the cookie crumbles. All right, but this class is very informational. And do not be discouraged. But last week's class was a trial to see where you guys are and what you guys may or may not see and understand. All right. You know, of course, every teacher has to, pretty much every teacher has to test their students to see where they're at, almost like a placement test, or to see where areas where we need to work on. And that's brotherhood. All right. That's sisterhood. That's brotherhood. Right. Because, you know, there's all areas where we need to work on, right? And with that being said, it has to be, has to be known, all right? Most definitely has to be known. So we all can understand the Lashawan Qadash together, all right? So last week's class was like a trial. Sentence structure I'm gonna make it very easy. All right, I'm gonna use a verb that everyone may or may not know, and then I'm gonna use a noun that everyone may or may not know. But I want you guys to take out your notes that you guys took in the class for your personal pronouns and your possessive pronouns. All right. I want you guys to take out your notes on your possessive pronouns and your personal pronouns, because we're going to work on basic sentence structure. And we're also going to learn something new as well. We're going to, in order to understand sentence structure, I'm going to also do this too. I'm going to incorporate new words, right? That we may or may not know, but they're going to be letters though. They're going to be single letters like out the alphabet, but it's an actual word. For an example, to, like to, to, or like and, or like, you know, he. All right. If you didn't know, there's actually letters in the Lashawan Qadash that can mean a word. All right. So with that, we'll get started. Wait for a little. I see people coming in. Make sure you put your name, your city, and your state. All right. Make sure you put your name, city, and state. Do not forget. If you're checking in, Put your name, city, and state. All right. All right, we're going to get started, all right? So, can anybody, while I set up, can anybody give me any examples of personal pronouns? Can anybody show me or give me any examples of personal pronouns? Can anybody be able to give me that? Anybody give me any examples? All right. Okay. All right. That's true. Okay, him and her. How about we in Hebrew though? Put it into the Lashawan Qadash. All right. I want the Lashawan Qadash. Like for instance, I want the Lashawan Qadash for him and her. But let me know which one is him and which one is her. All right. Give me examples in the Lashawan Qadash of pronouns, of possessive pronouns, and personal pronouns. Separate the two. Can you guys give me any examples? Any takers? Give me some examples. I want to see. All right, I want to see some examples. All right. Okay. I see some. Okay, I see something. I see something. I see something. Give me some examples. I see some examples. Okay. Okay. Why, him, her, her. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else want to give any caretakers out there? Any examples of any pronouns? Any examples? Any more takers? Any other takers out there? I see one, which is from William. Anybody else? The board's looking spotless. So we can see these words nice and clear now. Brakatha Yahweh Yahushua. I went to get me some cleaner. So everybody can learn the Hebrew on a clean board. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. My rib did her thing. Alright, anybody else? So why? It's him, ha, it's her. Okay, William, that's to why. That's his, okay, that's correct. Any other examples that you may or may not know? Why and ha? Anyone else out there that want to give any examples on personal pronouns and possessive pronouns in the Lashawan Qadash? Any takers? Before we get started? Anybody want to give me any other examples of personal pronouns? So I'm going to get the alphabet on the board. Alright, we're going to get the alphabet on the board. We're going to write it twice. One in the Paleo and then one in the Assyrian, alright? All right. Well, actually, let's see. All right. Can everybody see what's on the board? Anyone checking in? Can you guys give me any examples? Any examples? All right. Any examples of personal pronouns in the Lashawan Qadash? Can everybody see what's on the board? Everybody sees what's on the board, right? So what I want you guys to do is when I point to it, when I point to the letter, I want you guys to tell me what letter it is on the chat. Alright? Let's get some good participation, alright? All right. Everyone can see. All right. Come on. Everybody can see. All right. So when I point to it, I want you guys to put it into the chat. So when I point to the letter that I want you guys to put in the chat, all right, I want to see if you guys know your alphabet in the paleo. All right. All right. Anybody put this one right here? You see what I'm pointing to? Can everybody see what I'm pointing to? What letter is that? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Make sure everyone. Anybody else? Okay. 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 All right. Okay, y'all know something. Okay. Excuse me, y'all know something. All right, and everybody can still see the board. All right, I just don't want that glare in there. All right. Okay. All right. What about this letter? Okay. All right. Okay. Sha. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Y'all may know y'all alphabet. Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any takers? All right. So far, so good, though. Okay. Okay. What about this letter? I kind of overdrew that line. Wish I can kind of erase it. You guys didn't know I had the eraser on there, did you? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. Ka. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Someone study. Okay. Ka. Anybody else? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Ka. Ka. Okay. All right. I'm digging y'all brothers. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. We got some Hebrew scholars. All right. Let's see. All right. This right here. Okay. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay. I think Zerum tried to end. Oh yeah. Okay. I see the corrections. Like I figured it a spell correct gets you sometimes. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. All right. All right. What about this one right here? I think this line is a little much. I think I erased too much. I erased too much. I think. That's better. All right. Okay. All right. Someone got okay. Even though the letter was kind of written weird, y'all still knew. Okay, that's too wild. That means y'all may be able to read some tablets too, because everyone's penmanship is different. So y'all might be able to read some of them Hebrew tablets found in America. How many of y'all knew that Hebrew tablet, one of the oldest Hebrew tablets, were found in Ohio? How many of y'all knew that? Did you guys know that one of the oldest Hebrew tablets were found in the Americas, specifically in the state of Ohio? Did you guys know that? That's because the Native Americans spoke Hebrew. Alright? There was Hebrew writings everywhere throughout America. Did you guys know that? And this was before the so-called white man came to America. This was before the so-called white man came to America. One of the oldest Hebrew tablets was found in the Americas, and Hebrew written artifacts were found in America. Look it up on YouTube when you get the chance. Hebrew artifacts found in America. And you would be like, holy crap. That's because the Native Americans spoke Hebrew. Yes, Khan. Right, Khan. It's all right, Khan. Look it up. Look it up. It's a YouTube documentary and everything. It was actually, I believe, if I don't believe, the documentary was on one of the something channel news back in the day. Some Edomite brought out some interesting facts about America, and his show definitely got canceled after this. He started talking about Hebrew tablets found in America in Ohio. I think he got fired after that. You ain't supposed to do that. So these Negroes ain't supposed to wake up. What are you doing, Tyler? Alright. What about this? This letter right here. What's this? I'll do about 2 more, then I'm going to just say y'all know y'all alphabet. Then I'm going to write it in the Assyrian. Okay, I'll do like 2 more. Okay, I'll do 2 more. Y'all showing me that y'all know. Okay, y'all showing me a little something, something. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. What about I mean, I want to be like, I'm not trying to give y'all no easy ones, but they're all easy. It sounds like, because y'all know what y'all talking about. So like you. All right. What about this one? Written this. I got some new markers, so I gotta get used to writing with these markers. So like you. What about this letter right here? My rib got the school some markers. Working through Yahweh Shah for the sister, for my rib. She doing, Okay. Okay, alright. Okay. Alright, I'll give you guys, I said 2 more, so I think we have 1 more to do. Or 2 more. Alright. What about this fella right here? Okay. All right. I'll just do one more. But let me see. Okay. Okay. Y'all got it. Okay, most sounding Christ. Y'all got it. Now, what about this? By the way, don't put. It's just you had it right the first time, Zaram. It was yeah. Don't put that H there. That's some that word is a completely different word. You're saying ya instead of ya. All right. You're saying ya instead of ya. Okay, ma. Okay. Ma. All right. Okay. Salakia. Excuse me. Y'all trying to tell me not to do the alphabet. Okay. Okay. All right. So for any new brothers and sisters in the school, all right. For any new brothers and sisters coming to class too, I see the veterans out there, the vets that coming to class. They be they know their stuff. But anyone from any new brothers and sisters, we're gonna go over the alphabet real quick in the paleo. So this is your A, your Ba, your Ga, your Da, your Ha, your Wa, your Za, your Cha, your Ta, your Ya, your Ka, your La, your Ma, your Na, your Sa, your I, your Pa, your Taza, Kwa, your Ra, your Sha, and your Tha. Alright? So A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. Alright? Alright, we're going to do the same thing, but in the Assyrian. We're going to do the same thing, but in the Assyrian. joint too small. That's my problem. Don't like how that looks. Yeah, that's better. I like the size of that. I'm looking like crazy. These markers, they're good. Okay. Alright, we're going to do the same thing for the Assyrian. Alright, everybody can see? Khan or La'ah. Everybody can still see? Alright, Most High in Christ. All right, here we go. All right. All right, let's see. All right. Can anybody tell me this letter right here? This letter right here. Anybody tell me? Let's see what y'all know about the Assyrian. What y'all know about the Assyrian? Not I. Alright, it's not I. It may look, okay, it may look like an I in the Paleo, but this is not the I in the Assyrian. Alright? This is the I in the Assyrian right here. This is your I. Alright, this is what your I looks like in the Assyrian. Alright? Right, there you go. This is your Sa. Anybody else? Sa. Anybody else? Anybody tell me what this letter is? Alright. Let's see. I'll give 3 more letters. Alright. Everyone was doing good in the Paleo, which I can understand. The Assyrian is kind of, I won't say tough, but not many people like the Assyrian, so they try to refrain from reading it. But we do have to understand that because our records are mostly written in the Assyrian, we have to know the Assyrian script, alright? So anyone out there, trust me, I definitely understand. The Assyrian can be a drag to learn, alright? But we have to learn it because our records are mostly spoken, it's like it's written in it, alright? So I'll give you guys about 2 more chances, and then, not 2 more chances, but give you guys to see who knows and who doesn't know. Then I'll go ahead and write the letters at the bottom of the alphabet, alright? So we can go over it. Anybody tell me what this letter is? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'll do 1 more letter and then I'm gonna go over it. All right. Can anybody tell me these 2 letters? Can anybody tell me these letters? They're the same letter. One's a beginning and one's an ending. What letter is this? Right here, these 2 letters. What letters are these? Does anybody know the letter? This letter right here. Okay, Tazah. Okay, Tazah. Alright. Okay, this is your Pa. These are your Pas. These are your Tazahs. Alright, so not Tazah and Pa. This would be your Pa and your Tazah. Alright. Alright, so this is what your Tazahs look like. This is what your Pas look like. Alright. But alright, you guys are getting it. Alright, I'm gonna write them on the board because you know I'm seeing that not everyone may have been able to give me the ones I pointed at like I did in the Paleo. So we need a little bit more work. That's no sweat though. That's no sweat. That's funny.
That's how you know I'm getting too fluent in this. Instead of writing Cha, I wrote the Cha. Salakia. All right. Can everybody see those letters underneath? All right. So this is what you guys have to memorize. All right. There's charts out there to study as well. Not charts. There's a Isupk Lashawan Qadash chart. All right. I have one of the brothers' email. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and send him the information. I had to send, but make sure you put your Make sure you guys send me your emails. All right, to the school or to me directly in the chat, so you guys can get some information. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Take time to write this down. If not, it's all right. We'll go ahead and get more up there. All right. So we all can see the board. All right. We're going to go over it. All right. So remember, this is something that we have to remember. All right. We have to remember this. All right. So we're going to go over. We're going to go. So this is the Assyrian. All right. So this is the alphabet written in the Assyrian. We have to know this. All right. This is your Ah. This is your Ba. This is your Ga. This is your Da. This is your Da. This is your Ha. This is your Wa. This is your Za. This is your Kha. This is your Ta. This is your Ya. This is your Ka. This Ka will be found in the middle or the front or the middle of a word. This is the Ka that goes at the end of a word. This is your La. This is your Ma. Beginning, end. This is your Na. Beginning, middle, end. This is your Sa. This is your I. This is your Pa. Beginning, middle, end. This is your Taza. Beginning, middle, end. This is your Kwa. This is your Ra. This is your Sha. This is your Tha. Alright? Anybody have any questions? Anybody lost? Alright? Anybody confused? Anybody lost? Let me know. Kind of lost. Does everybody understand what's on the board and sees what's on the board? Okay, calm. Okay. What's on Christ? Okay? Alright. So remember, this is something that we have to remember, alright? This is something that we have to zakar. Something we have to remember, something we have to know. Alright? Alright. So, I'm going to take what's off the board. We're going to get further into it, alright? Into the lesson. So we're going to learn something new.
And we call them Hebrew prefixes. Alright? Alright. So we're going to go over Hebrew prefixes today, alright? And also basic sentence structure. Does anybody know what a prefix is? Anybody know what a prefix is? Can you, while I'm writing this down, can anybody tell me what a prefix is? don't want to put the nouns there. I don't want to confuse no one. All right. Can you guys see what's on the board? All right. A word placed before another. Right. To add something at the beginning of a word. Yes, that's exactly what a prefix is. So you guys are absolutely correct. That's exactly what a prefix is. So in the Lashawan Qadash, in the Hebrew, we have prefixes of our own. All right. So look very closely on the board so we can see the, can you guys see the prefixes that are on the board? Okay, I can see Khan. Do you guys see the Hebrew prefixes on the board? Okay, so you guys can see. Alright, so take time to put this into your notes. Take the time, put this in your notes. This is something that we have to know. Alright, this is something that we have to know. Okay. All right. So, these are your Hebrew prefixes, right? These are words that are going to be found in front of words when you're reading the Lashawan Qadash, all right? So when you're reading the Hebrew in the Bible, there are going to be certain letters, right, that are in front of a verb or a noun, right? So there are going to be certain letters that are found in front of a verb or a noun. And these letters that you see on the board are the letters and the most frequent letters that you will see in front of a verb or a noun. Alright? But these letters have a meaning to it, and it actually means something. It's an actual word. There are certain words in the Lashawan Qadash that don't, okay, how can I say it? There's certain words in the Lashawan Qadash that are not separated, right, from other words. Like these words that you see on the board are connected to other words. So these are considered prefixes, but Hebrew prefixes, alright? Alright, so these are specifically Hebrew prefixes, or Lashawan Qadash prefixes. These letters, if you see any of these letters in front of a word, it may actually mean, it depends if it's a verb or a noun, right? It means something. It may be an actual word, right? We just have to differentiate from the two. Alright? You have to more so, the more you study, the more you read, the more you comprehend the Lashawan Qadash, the more you be able to pick and choose. Not pick and choose, but the more you'll see if these words are really part of the word or not. So hopefully I can explain that just a little bit better. Alright. I'm going to give you an example. Alright, after we go, okay, hold on. Let's hold off on the explanation. You guys will get what I'm saying when I give you guys an example of what I'm referring to. But what I'm talking about is
when you're reading the Lashawan Qadash, these letters are connected to words, to certain nouns and verbs. Alright, it's up to us to pick out the root verb or the root noun that's in there and understand that these prefixes are not a part of the root word. Do not confuse Hebrew prefixes, right, within the actual root word with itself. When reading the Lashawan Qadash, there's prefixes and there's suffixes. Do not, and we'll go over Hebrew suffixes later on, but do not confuse the two. All right, you don't want to confuse them. All right. So the first one you have Yah. This is your Yah. All right. Yah equals he. Right. So I say verbs only. Can anyone remember a verb in the Lashawan Qadash? Can anybody give me a verb in the Lashawan Qadash? Anyone online, can anyone give me a verb in the Lashawan Qadash? Anyone? Okay, I see pray. All right, I see shabar. Okay. Now, William, what does shabar mean? What does shabar mean? Give the brother a hand. Most High in Christ. Give the brother a hand. Most High in Christ. Okay, the brother's learning Lashawan Qadash. Alright. Alright, okay. Shabar. Okay. Which means to break. If anyone did not know that, shabar means to break. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, shabar should be on your most common verbs. Alright? It should be. Salaki, it may be on your most common verbs. Alright? Or the notes that I gave you. If not, then it may just be something that I may have known. Salaki. But I believe it's on your most common verbs. But shabar does mean to break. Alright? Shabar means to break. That's what shabar means. Alright? Shabar means to break. Alright? I believe on the most common. I think it is on your most common verbs. But it's not break, it's burst. But it does mean to break. Alright? So if you have a list, alright, that I sent you of the most common verbs, alright, look for the word shabar, sha-ba-ra, put together shabar, Alright, shabar, which means to burst or to break. Alright, it's on that list. Alright, if you want these words so you can study them, please send me your email and I will send you all the information that was once sent to me when I was a young man. Alright? And I promise you, this will help. Alright? So, Babu Krishai, you're going to want this. Alright? Alright. So, we're going to use Shabar. Now, for Ayan. Alright, how do you know how to say pray in the Lashawan Qadash? If not, I'll tell you right now. Do you know how to say pray in the Lashawan Qadash? Do you know how to say pray in the Lashawan Qadash? Palal. Correct. Palal. It is palal. That's exactly how to say pray. Palal. One more time in Christ. Palal. Alright. So, for an example, remember, this is your Yah, right? This is your Yah. This is your Yah. This is your Yah. This is your Yah. Yah equals he. Alright, Yah in front of a verb is he. So let's use Shapar. If I say, it's like not Shapar. If I say Shabar, if I say Yah Shabar, what am I saying? If I say Yah Shabar, I'm saying he what? If I say Yah Shabar, what am I saying? Yah Shabar. If Shabar means break, and Yah means he, Yah Shabar, he breaks. Okay, he breaks. He broke. He breaks. Okay. All right. You guys, anyone else want to give it a shot? He broke. He breaks. Yah. Right. Yah Shabar. Okay, so you brothers are pretty much in the right ballpark. He broke, he breaks. You guys are correct, right? You guys are correct. Yah Shabar would mean either he broke or he breaks. All right. Now, what about Palal? If I say Yah Palal, right? If I say Yah Palal, what would that mean? If I say Yah Palal, what would that mean? Okay, he prays. Okay. Okay, he prays. Okay. So, okay, come. Either he prays or he prayed. Right? He prays or he prayed. Either or, it can't be right. Alright? So, Yah Palal would mean he prays or he prayed. Alright. Now, let's keep this in mind. Alright? I'm not going to confuse you guys. I'm just going to give you guys some examples, alright? Not examples, but let's go to the next one. So this is your wa, right? This is your wa, and this is your wa, right? Your wa. Wa means and, right? Wa means and, right? Your wa means and. This right here is part of basic sentence structuring, all right? We have to know this. This is a part of your basic sentence structuring. We have to know this, all right? So your wa is your and. That's how you would say and in the Lashawan Qadash, all right? Now, using the verbs that we just used, if I said waya shabar, if I said waya shabar, what am I saying? If I said waya shabar, what would I be saying? Okay. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay. And he breaks. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Anyone else want to give it a shot? Okay, okay. All right. You guys are correct. Okay, you guys are starting to understand. All right. So if I said waya shabar, it would mean and he breaks, right? Absolutely right. Or and he broke, right? Either or, but you guys are correct. All right. You guys are absolutely correct. All right. So you guys starting to get it. It's prefixes. You guys are starting to understand the Lashawan Qadash. All right. All right, it's not as bad. All right, it's not as bad. All right. Let's see. Okay. My question now is, how do you say? All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. Do you guys know how to say them in Hebrew? How do you say them in Hebrew? Just seeing if I think I taught this before. I think I did. All right. How do you say them in Hebrew? If not, I'll give it to you. Well, actually, yeah. You think of, I did teach it, kind of. All right. There's two ways to say it, but I'm gonna change it up a little. So, like, you don't answer that question. I'm gonna change it up a little. All right. Oh, well, I mean, the brother already answered, and he answered correctly. So, like it. Okay, Most High Christ. All right. So, all right. Anyone else can also add. Think of your personal, like William, right? Think of your personal pronouns and your possessive pronouns, and think of how to say them. All right. How would you say them? Or you can give me any personal pronoun or any possessive pronoun. All right. Give it to me. All right. And we'll use it as an example. So this right here is your la. All right. This is your la. This is your la. Right. This is your la in the paleo. This is your la in the Assyrian. This is your la, which means 2 or 4. All right. Now this is why I'm saying this. All right. So now where's another one? Okay. All right. So for the brother that said them, for ma, another way to say it is ham. Ham also means means they or them. Ham. Alright, ham, H-A-M. Ham also can mean them as well. At the end of a word, ham. Alright, ham can either mean they or them. Mostly them. So that's another way to say it. Alright. So, ham. Alright. So ham can also mean them. Ham can also mean them, alright? Ham can also mean them. Alright? But we get ma or nawa, right, these are still correct. But ham can also mean them as well. Alright? And make sure you guys put that in your notes too as well, because that will pop up later on when you start reading the Lashawan Qadash, alright? So if I wanted to say to them, if I wanted to say to them, right? How would I write that? To them, right? How would I write to them? How would you say to them? Okay, lama. But now, what you want to do is, alright, lama. That's true, lama. Alright, to them. Alright, that's correct, lama. Now, in the Hebrew, they would be put next to each other, as if they were one word. Anybody else want to give it a try? Or laham, right? Yes. Or you can say laham, to them. Absolutely correct. Not la'am, but lama. It would just be lama. Alright? Alright, what if I wanted to say to us? How would I say to us? Lenoa. Okay, anybody else? Lanawa, okay. Okay, I think y'all starting to understand. Alright, y'all starting to get the gist of it. Alright. This is exactly how it's going to be written, alright, in the Hebrew. Alright, when you're reading the Bible. Okay? Let's see. Alright, this is your car. Alright, this is your car. In the Paleo, this is your car. Alright. In the Assyrian, this is your car. Ka means as or like. Alright? Not like as in I like something, but like as in as. Like a simile. Right? So, let me see. Maybe I can use an example. Alright? Let's see. What would be a good example to use for you guys? Let's see. What would be a good example? Well, alright. Trying to think of a good example that I can help you guys with. Hold on, Salaki, bear with me. I don't want to confuse you guys, but I also want to give you guys something easy so you guys can understand it. Alright? Okay, maybe I'll use an example. Okay, how about, can you guys give me a noun in Lashawan Qadash? That'll be better. Let me use something that you guys may already know. Can you guys give me a noun in the Lashawan Qadash? Can any of you guys give me a noun in the Lashawan Qadash? Can anybody give me a noun in the Lashawan Qadash? Shapar. Okay. Alright. Shapar. Shapar means what? Shapar works. Shapar does work. What is Shapar? Book. Right, it means book. So if I say ka sapar, what does that mean? Not you like the book. Remember, as in like, right, is like a simile. Right, there you go, as a book. How to know when you use as or like. Okay, so if I want to say he's like a book, I would say Salakia. It'll be hawa'a. Alright. If I want to say he's like a book or he's as a book, right? I would just say Hawa'a Kasapar. Alright, Hawa'a Kasapar. Right? He's like a book. Or he's as a book. So in order to use as or like, you will use it in a comparing sense. You would use it in a simile sense, alright? So you're trying to compare something like like this or as this. It's like a comparison. You're trying to make a simile. So that's how you would know when to use it, alright? Okay. So now, this is your ba. This is what your ba looks like in the Paleo. This is what your ba looks like in the Assyrian. This is your ba. Ba either means in, with, or by. It can mean either in, with, or by. In most cases, it means in. Alright? In most cases, it means in. It can mean with or by, but in most cases, it's usually in. So by really means in. In most cases, it means in. Right? Like going into the store, or going into the car, or going into this, or going into that. By means in. Alright? Now this is your ma. This is what your ma looks like in the Paleo. This is what your ma looks like in the Assyrian. This is your ma. Your ma means from, right? From. So, if you want to say you're from somewhere, right? Let's say, okay, if I want to say from my father, I can literally say ma abaya. Right, which means from my father. So father is Abba. Ya at the back of Abba means father. So Abba Ya means my father. But if I put a ma in front of the Abba, it will be from my father. Right? Everybody understands? Did everybody get that? Does everybody understand the example? Okay, anybody else? Okay, I'll repeat it. Okay? Abba means father, right? Ya at the end of father, right? Or at the end of Abba means my father, which is pronounced Abba Ya. So the Ya at the end of Abba means my. So that Ya at the end of Abba means my. So if you put Abba, which means father, in the Ya at the end of Abba, you are saying my father. But if I put the Ma in front of Abba, Ya, If I put the ma in front of Abaya, I would be saying from my father. Does that answer? Is that a little better, Zara? There will be examples of this as well when we get to them. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is your ha in the Paleo. This is your ha in the Assyrian. This is your ha. Your ha in front of a word means the. Salakia, the. So ha in front of a word means the. So, for an example, Sapar means book, right? Sapar means book. If I say Baha Sapar, what am I saying? Baha Sapar, what am I saying? Baha Sapar, 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 Baha Sapar. So, what am I saying? In the book, I'm saying Christ. In the book, okay. Okay. If I said Baha Sapar, Ma Abaya, what am I saying? Baha Sapar, Ma Abaya. Baha Sapar, Ma Abaya. What am I saying? Baha Sapar, Ma Abaya. What am I saying? Baha Sapar, Ma Abaya. What am I saying? You guys just translated Hebrew. Your first sentence in Hebrew, you guys just translated it. Congratulations. Give yourselves a hand. Vakatha Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. And y'all thought it was going to be hard, huh? I know y'all thought it was going to be hard, but you guys are smart. You guys study. You guys stay diligent. All of my students do, right? All of you guys do. Most High in Christ. It's very important to understand. All right, it's very important to understand that in the Hebrew. All right, study this Hebrew. Be patient. Over time, right? It takes time. It takes practice. The Bible says rehearse the righteous acts. You must rehearse the righteous acts. Make sure you put this into your notes. You guys just translated your first sentence in Hebrew. I said Ba'a Sapar Ma Abiyah, right? I said it a little fast, like it. I said Ba'a Sapar Ma Abiyah, right? Which is in the book from my father. So if like think about it. If I say, hey, where's that at? You would say, oh, it's Ba'a Sapar Ma Abiyah. It's in the book from my father. You could have answered someone that way, technically speaking, and you wouldn't have been wrong. That was a full sentence in the Lashawan Qadash. Take this, and I want you. This is what I'm gonna tell you guys. This is going to be next week's class 2 is going to be about sentence structure as well. I want you guys to play around with this week. All right. This week, I want you guys to kind of play around, mix things up, practice a little, use this chart, and kind of, build your own sentences based off of what you already know and what you've learned today. All right? And you can also ask any question as well if you're not sure how to structure the sentence. All right? Okay, it says, will Yashamar means he on watch. Okay, no. Okay, so will Yashamar mean he on watch? Okay, so first, alright, it would be written like this. Alright, so that's how you would write Yashamar. Do not separate the Ya from the Shamar. You see that in the chat? Alright, Yashamar. That's how you would write Yashamar. Now, think very closely, right? That sounds like that's a brother's name in the school, Yashamar, right? Which means he watches. Alright? He watches, meaning he watched. Right? He watches or he watched. Right? Not he's on watch. Right? To say on in Hebrew, okay? To say on in Hebrew, that's how you would say I'll. I'll is on. So I'll in Hebrew would be on. That's how you would say on. I'll. So if you wanted to say he was on watch, right? Or he's on watch, right? You would say, right? Hawa'a I'll Shamar. Alright. So I'll means on. But Yashamar meaning he watched or he watches. But you're very close. You're getting it. I like it though. You're practicing. You're trying to. This is how you get better in the Lashawan Qadash. You practice. You start to add things to your vocabulary. Alright? These are the things that we do. This is what's going to help us. Alright? Does everybody have this in their notes? Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Okay. Make sure you guys keep this in your notes now. Alright. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Any questions? All right. With that, we'll get the announcements.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start at the 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to marry. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Permission the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashera means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the Passover. Get your Passover fees in. $200 per person. 17 years or older, alright? 200 Passover fees. Remember, it's in Houston, Texas. I almost said August 24th. Salakia. April 24th in Houston, Texas at the BH Ranch is going to be the Lord's Passover. Get your garments, get your dresses, make sure your flights are scheduled, make sure you got your rental cars, whatever it may be, make sure you got your garments, your dresses, and a full appetite for that unleavened bread and that lamb. Get ready to have some fun, man. That ATV riding, that horseback riding, the fishing is going to be a beautiful, beautiful time, all right? You do not want to miss out. Contact your camp leader. Get in contact with the brothers in the school. There is no excuse to miss the Lord's Passover, man. No excuses. Get out there for the Lord's Passover, man, in Houston, Texas, man, at the BH Ranch, all right? With that, I say Imadium, which means to stand. Soa, Panya HaKudam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Avanoah, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuvka, Taba'ah, Vatazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ma'aradaza, Korah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathananawa, Lachab, Kab, Yawam, Wasalat Lanawa, Kabawak Nawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kabawak Yanawa, Wala'ah, Dabaya'a Nawa, Banasayawan, Aboa, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La Awalanyam, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. The prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, in all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now. Right now, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, in the nations, in the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Israelite synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Egyptology, Aryan Nation, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always, so be it. Saw, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amanu Shabbat, Amanu, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Bakatam, Yadim Matah, Sala Abrakim, which means turn to the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amanu Shabbat, Amanu, Barak, Yahweh Shema Al-Thun Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yadim Matah. With that, class dismissed.